The word conspiracy is in the Bible, the King James Version to be exact. Giving all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Ba'Shem Kakwadash, because there was a statement made by Captain Tazariak saying that I'm not putting words in his mouth. I'm not going to say exactly what he said, but he said something to the effect, is the word conspiracy in the Bible. Now he can come back and correct me and say, no, I didn't say that, I said this. But based on the video that I saw, if I can find the video, I'll go review it again. But he said something to the effect of the word conspiracy, or there's no conspiracies in the Bible. However he said it. Anyway, the word conspiracy is found 10 times in the King James Version, in 10 verses in the Old and New Testament. Actually, 9 of them, 9 conspiracy is found in 9 verses in the Old Testament and 1 verse in the New Testament. Now, what I'll do is I'll kind of go backwards. I'll go Acts 23 verse 13. It says, and they were more than 40 which had made this conspiracy. Now, when you read that, there was 40 men that came together, and they said they would not eat until they do away with the Apostle Paul. So that's a conspiracy right there. Let me go to the top now. 2 Samuel 15 verse 12. And Absalom sent for Ahithophel the Gileonite. That's an Israelite that was living in one of the lands of Canaan, David's counselor, from his city, even from Gilo. That's why he was called a Gileonite. While he offered sacrifices, and the conspiracy was strong, for the people increased continually with Absalom. So when you read the whole story, Absalom came against his father, and ultimately he wanted to kill his father and take the kingdom. And it was Joab, the captain of Israel, the head man of the army under David, that went against David's orders and killed Absalom with the 3 dots to the heart. They were experts in war. And King David, when he heard the news, he cried. And Absalom pretty much cursed. Not Absalom. Joab cursed him out. And he said in not too many words, if it was left up to you, all of Israel would die for you to save your son. And when I read that story, I think about King Marshall, because he kind of had that spirit. He'd be kind of stubborn in the spirit about a thing. But Joab did his own. He said, look, man, I'm gonna kill this sucker. Fuck the fact that he's King David's son. But he saved the kingdom, and he saved David. And we teach that we used to say that Yeshua is reincarnated as Absalom. Yeah, I was like way back then, Anyway, it says in 2 Kings 12 verse 20, it says, and his servants arose and made a conspiracy and slew Joash in the house of Milo, which goeth down to Selah. So you can go to the first verse and read that whole story. 2 Kings 14 verse 19. Now they made a conspiracy against him in Jerusalem, and he fled to Lachish, but they sent after him to Lachish and slew him there. Second Kings 15 verse 15, 2 Kings verse 15 verse 30, 2 Kings verse 17 chapter 17 verse 4. Let me come back. So I said Second Kings 15 verse 15, 2 Kings verse 15 verse 30, and 2 Kings 17 verse 4 says, and the king of Assyria found conspiracy in Hawashai or Hosea, for he had sent messages to King So of Egypt and brought no present to the king of Assyria, as he had done year by year. Therefore the king of Assyria shut him up and bound him in prison. So that was a conspiracy. It was a conspiracy between King Hoshea and the King So of Egypt, or Mizraim. So conspiracies do take place in the scriptures. You know, this is over this vaccination, which we believe that this is a conspiracy. You know, the real reason behind the, you know, Esau being so concerned about Jake is a conspiracy. The scriptures say, it tell you in the Apocrypha, never trust thine enemies. So how you gonna say not trust your enemy, but the enemy's gonna give you something, and you're just gonna take it? You know, it makes me think about when Esau gave blankets laced with smallpox, which I believe was from dead British soldiers. I think somehow that was contracted from the dead bodies into the blankets. So they said, well, we love you Indians and we're going to give you blankets for the winter. So they said, oh, Esau's not all that bad. So they took it, and that's a slow death, to die of smallpox disease. So, you know, Gad trusted, those particular Gadites trusted Esau. So why would I turn around now and say, oh, Esau loves us, he really loves us, you know, because he's given us this vaccine. No. Anyway, it goes on to say that's clearly a conspiracy. And by the way, a conspiracy, conspirators don't tell you what they're going to do. 2 Chronicles 25 verse 27. Now after the time that Amaziah did turn away from following Yahweh, they made a controversy against him in Jerusalem, and he fled to Lachish. But they sent to Lachish after him and slew him there. Jeremiah 11 verse 9. And Yahweh said unto me, a conspiracy is found among the men of Judah and among the inhabitants of Jerusalem. Now I read Acts 23 verse 13. I'll read it again. And there were more than 40 which had made this conspiracy. In other words, to kill. They wouldn't eat until they did away with the Apostle Paul. Ezekiel 22 verse 25. There is a conspiracy of her prophets in the midst thereof, like a roaring lion ravening the prey. They have devoured souls. They have taken the treasure and took that bag and precious things. They have made her many widows in the midst thereof. Let me read that again. There is a conspiracy of her prophets in the midst thereof, like a roaring lion ravening the prey. They have devoured souls. They have taken the treasure and precious things. So, Esau's conspiracy is to devour souls. And we didn't say that they're going to give you the vaccination so you can eventually die. They're going to give you the vaccination. They're going to give you another vaccination on top of that, and they're going to give you vaccinations on a monthly basis or a bi-weekly basis, which we believe that is going to lead ultimately to the microchip, which is the mark of the beast. So anyway, there you have it. The word conspiracy is actually in the Bible 10 times. 9 times in the Old Testament and 1 time in the New Testament. Acts 23 verse 13. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom.